Title: She Said My Dog Wasn't Family, So I Chose Him Over Her. Chapter 1: The Shelter Eyes That Saved Me. 10 years ago I was drowning in silence. My father had just died in a car accident, and with him, something inside me disappeared too. My days blurred together, long stretches of emptiness where even breathing felt like effort. A friend, meaning well, suggested I adopt a dog. At first I scoffed. How could a dog replace the man who raised me? But I went, half out of curiosity, half out of desperation. That's where I saw him. He was curled in a cage, hulking frame pressed against the metal, eyes wild with fear. The shelter worker said he was aggressive, untrustworthy, that most people walked past him. But not me. Something about those eyes broke through my numbness. Like he knew I was broken too and didn't care. I named him Bruce. He didn't just become a dog I owned, he became my shadow, my anchor. In the darkest months, Bruce didn't just give me company. He gave me purpose. And after everything we've been through, I never imagined I'd have to defend that bond to someone who claimed to love me. Chapter 2: The Joke That Wasn't a Joke. 3 years into a relationship that felt safe, honest, and promising, we started talking about moving in together. It was the logical next step. We were stable, aligned in values, already dreaming about kids and a backyard. And Bruce? Bruce was part of that dream, at least I thought so. I made a joke as we browsed listings. This place is perfect for the three of us. Bruce gets the guest room. She laughed at first. But then, with a chilling calm, she said, "You know Bruce isn't coming, right? He's not part of our family." I stared at her, thinking maybe she was still playing along. But her face had lost all humor. There was no sarcasm, no smile, just certainty. I asked her to repeat it, and she did. This time with a shrug, as if the decision had already been made. Like I was silly for even questioning it. And just like that, the room felt colder. Smaller. She didn't just challenge where my dog would sleep. She challenged whether his place in my heart was valid. Chapter 3: The Line She Shouldn't Have Crossed. I tried to reason with her. I explained how I found Bruce, how he carried me through the worst years of my life, how I owed him more than I could ever say. But her patience wore thinner with every word I spoke. And then she said the thing I'll never forget. "You can't possibly love a stupid animal more than a real person." That was it. I didn't yell right away. I didn't even move. I just stood there, letting the weight of that sentence sink in. Bruce was lying by the couch, ears perked, tail still. Like he sensed everything shifting. I told her to leave. Not in a dramatic storm of anger, but with cold, final clarity. She tried to walk it back. Claimed she didn't mean it, that she was stressed, that I was overreacting. But you don't accidentally call someone's heart stupid. You don't spend 3 years beside a living soul just to dismiss him when it's no longer convenient. As she walked out, I looked at Bruce, who hadn't moved an inch, and I realized something terrifying. This might have only been the first time she said it out loud. Chapter 4: What She Hid Behind the Smile. She reached out over the next 3 days. Calls, messages, long paragraphs about how she was sorry. About how she wasn't thinking clearly. So I agreed to talk. We sat down face to face, and for the first time in years she told me the truth. She never liked Bruce. Not from the beginning. Not even a little. She faked affection. Faked the gentle petting. Faked the chuckles when he rested his head on her lap. She said she thought eventually I'd grow out of the dog thing. That once we lived together she could handle it. And then she asked again, "It's just a dog. Why are you willing to throw away a future for him?" I didn't answer. I didn't need to. Because in that moment, I realized I hadn't lost a future. I'd just uncovered the truth about the one I almost walked into. Chapter 5: What Loyalty Really Looks Like. We broke up that night. There was no dramatic ending. No screaming or tears. Just a long silence, followed by the sound of her car pulling away for the last time. The hardest part wasn't the breakup. It was realizing how easily someone could fake love. Not just for me, but for the creature who never asked for anything but trust. Bruce never failed her. He never barked at her, never jumped, never chewed her things. He simply existed in the orbit of my heart, and that alone was enough for her to want him gone. But now it's just the two of us again. Bruce lies beside me as I write this. He stretches, yawns, and rests his massive head on my leg like he's reminding me he's still here. Still loyal. Still mine. And somehow, through all the wreckage, that simple weight of his head feels like more comfort than I've felt in years.